What is the discriminant of a quadratic equation? The expression b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. The discriminant is used to find the number of real roots of a quadratic equation and also the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. We can describe the nature of roots of a quadratic equation using its discriminant. D stands for discriminant. If d is equal to 0, then the roots are real, rational, and equal. If d is greater than 0 and is a perfect square, then the roots are real, rational, and unequal. If d is greater than 0 and is not a perfect square, then the roots are real, irrational, and unequal. And if d is less than 0, then the roots are not real or imaginary. Inspecting the sign of the discriminant will help you determine the nature of the roots easily. If it is positive, the roots are real and unequal. If it is negative, the roots are not real numbers. If it is 0, the roots are real and equal. We have x squared minus 8x plus 16 equals 0. So first check if the equation given is already in its standard form. And yes, it is. Now, let's directly determine the values of a, b, and c. The value of a is 1, b is negative 8, and c is 16. Now it's time to look for the discriminant. To solve for the discriminant, we have the formula d equals b squared minus 4ac. It's time to substitute the values of a, b, and c. So you have negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1, which is the value of a, times 16, which is the value of c. Negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. Minus 4 times 1 is 4, times 16 we have 64. 64 minus 64 equals 0. And so, d equals 0. Then the roots are real, rational, and equal. Understood, class? We have 3x squared equals negative 2x minus 5. Since it is not written in its standard form, so let's transform this one. So we have 3x squared. Let's transpose negative 2x, it will become positive 2x. The same with negative 5, it will become positive 5 equals 0. Then we are going to determine the values of a, b, and c. A equals 3, b equals 2, and c equals 5. Now it's time to solve for the discriminant. We have d equals b squared minus 4ac. It's time to substitute the values. So we have 2 squared minus 4 times 3, which is the value of a, and 5, which is the value of c. 2 times 2 equals 4, minus 4 times 3 is 12, times 5 equals 60. 4 minus 60 equals negative 56. So, since it's negative, d is less than 0, then the roots are not real or imaginary. We have x squared equals negative 4x minus 2. So let's write this into its standard form. We have x squared transpose, we have positive 4x transpose negative 2, it becomes positive 2 equals 0. Next, identify the values of a, b, and c. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 2. And now let's solve for the discriminant using the same formula we have earlier. D equals b squared minus 4ac. Then substitute the values. We have 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2. 4 times 4 equals 16. 4 times 1 times 2, so we have minus 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. So d is greater than 0 and is not a perfect square. Then the roots are real, irrational, and unequal. Get it? That's all for today, class. Thank you. See ya.